What's up, Swift? I'm glad you're here, man, because we're about to be talking about some stuff that I want to bring to light and get off my chest. Because I'm the type. This is me, man. Like I don't know. I just can't rock with no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know what I'm saying because I'm being vague as hell. But you won't know until I really get into it. But I guess I'll start chatting it up. I want to before I get into like the heavy hitting shit. Have you been seeing what's been going on with Twitch? How they're not counting people's viewers anymore if you're lurking, only if you chat. Apparently, something like that. That's the only way they count your viewers. And then on YouTube, if someone has ad block, they don't count the viewer. So it's like only on Kick can are you basically kind of safe to that shit. FGC is kind of weird, man, because they always talk about how they don't want to spend money and they don't want you to make money and they don't like watching ads and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, maybe y'all should watch on Kick then. Throw some stuff down. First off, is like this. I have some of the hottest takes. Period. And this isn't even like probably the heaviest stuff I'm about to talk about. But um, I'm probably gonna get through where what I'm talking about before a lot of people get in here. So I'll just tell you. Maybe I'll reiterate later down. But you know how everybody's like, "Oh man, support your locals and stuff," right? Yeah, that's cool. But personally, I'm gonna be so real with you. I think local tournaments are extra and unnecessary in today's age. People will say I'm against the scene and blah blah blah, but someone put logic to why would I want to unearth my fighting game setup, drive somewhere, have to unhook it, hook it back up, and then play people in games that I know are not even anywhere near serious as me, or worse, don't and or worse, don't even play the games that I play. So I'm just sitting there waiting for somebody to show up like I'm a fisherman with bait. You know what I'm saying? And what's the point when rollback is so good? The reason we started traveling and everything was the convenience of how of a good connection not existing. Like you had to go to an arcade to play against somebody or whatever. And also arcades were the original competitive gaming. People keep like it's funny now that people say, "Oh, this is a hobby." Okay, but if you go to an arcade, whether it's your hobby or not, you still have to pay to play. If I'm beating you, you got to put quarters in the machine to still continue to play. So, like, no matter what, if you want to be a scrub and say you're a hobbyist and stuff, guess what? They got hobbyist basketball players. They got hobbyist baseball players. They got hobbyist football players. It's called flag football. They're not pros. There's a separation on every level. You can be a hobbyist and you could be a professional. There's professional chess players, there's hobbyist chess players. So like this constant drilling narrative that from people who are telling people, "Oh, don't do this, don't invest in this." All right, then what should they do? Oh yeah, go get a job. Okay, that's basics. That's like knowing how to wash your ass. Like they're not saying anything profound. They're actually not even helping the situation or trying to provide anything for anybody. It's just doom and gloom, doom and gloom. And it's not the whole hobby argument is not the gotcha that they think it is. So like I don't know, it's weird to listen to somebody like Tom say what he says when he's one of the people who's benefited from the scene at different times. He used to host tournaments and get money from the tournaments by being a TO. There were methods you could use to make money from it. That's why everybody else was doing it for so long. And he would put up his own money for tournaments. He would fly players out, go tournaments nonstop, endless grind sessions. And it's weird to hear him say he was broke and shit. Dude, first off, I have never known him to not have any money. When I first met him and was going to his house and shit, he was driving a blue Trans Am. No, a blue Camaro, my bad. He was driving a blue Camaro. And then ended up driving a black Trans Am. So I'm like, how did you not have money, but you was doing all this stuff? You were eating out every day. Like, you know how much it costs to eat out at the restaurants every day. He was eating out at the restaurants every day. Hibachi, Mexican food, just different stuff like that. So it don't make sense to me. And it's just like, honestly, I feel like he's using his what is it called? His disgruntledness from playing Mortal Kombat with I guess current times. Cause like, yeah, Mortal Kombat, dude, like it doesn't make any sense. Cause okay, when I first met him, he said he was an MK2, MK3, MK4, Killer Instinct 1, Killer Instinct 2, and Dead or Alive 2 arcade world champion. And he said he made all this money from winning, and then he used the money and invested it into this thing called Quick Star or Next Star or something like that. He always had money. He was flying me out. He would fly me to tournaments. He would fly he was flying different people to tournaments. Not even joking. People saw him as the dude with money in the scene. And he credited to winning all that other stuff. Now, I say this to say, I'm going to bring up this clip. Actually, I'm going to play it for you. I don't know, man. It just don't sit right with me. And I'm going to give y'all context behind this clip on why I'm playing it. Let's see, where is it? I got to download it. Actually, no, I don't have to download it. It's right here. Or did I download it? Wait, let me see. Man, where is this shit at? Oh, found it.
This is the content.
Okay. I'll just download it so then I can bring it up on the screen. Actually, I don't need to do that. I can actually use the internet. And I'm saying this because, like, I had a dream and I was just like, I was like, I don't know, man. This don't sit right with me. This does not sit right with me. Is there a way to... I mean, he's not on in the... I mean, he's in the clip, but there's, like, no visual of him. But you can see when I'm talking about. I came to the conclusion I'm saying whatever the fuck I want to say because, well, I'll give you the context of why I feel that way. So, I don't know if you can. Oh, actually, which one is it? Is this one? Okay. All right, here we go. Let me pause this so you can hear it loud and clear.
Why don't you come back? Because this is the consequence of that when you're older, right? You got to move on. There is a current player right now in Mortal Kombat. I'm not going to name names, not for the person, but for the other person involved, who I am going to protect because I don't want to name who that person is that was home.
All right, so y'all just heard that part, right? Is because of the other person who I am going to protect because okay, so I'm gonna replay the clip. I mean, this is 56 seconds, but I just want y'all to have that at top of mind for what I'm going to say next.
Why don't you come back? Because this is the consequence of that when you're older, right? You got to move on. There is a current player right now in Mortal Kombat. I'm not going to name names, not for the person, but for the other person involved, who I am going to protect because I don't want to name who that person is that was homeless, living in shelters, etc. There was a situation between those two. This player in the community is so broke, you have no idea. No money, no retirement, living at home, but is very respected.
Oh, there's no audio. You can't hear anything. You can't hear anything. You don't hear this clip at all. I can hear it. Are you sure you can't hear it? Can y'all not hear this clip? Okay, you can hear it. Well, Jamar, you need to turn your thing up. I'll restart it again. It's super low. All right, let me just download the clip. Well, Flipping Yo can hear it.
Why don't you come back?
Here, let me edit this. So, well, not edit it as in change it. All I'm doing is adding, bumping up the sound because it is kind of quiet. So, because I mean, if you can't hear it, it takes away from the context of whatever I'm freaking showing you. So, hold on, give me a second. You're weird. Thankfully, I have world-class editing skills, so I will fix this in a quick second.
Why don't you come back?
Because
Why don't you come back? Because
all right, you probably hear that. So, actually, I don't need to edit anymore. You can just hear it from here. So, let's see. Yes. By the way, yes, I use Canva to edit and stuff. I also use CapCut and all that shit. Damn it. I hate being slow. I have to like select this correctly so I don't mess it up. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now you should be able to hear this shit. Okay. Can you hear
why
it?
don't you come back? Because
Confirm that y'all can hear this, please, before I even, because I want to get derailed. Can you hear the clip?
this is the consequence of that when you're older, right? You got to move on. There is a current player right now in Mortal.
Please say something. Is it taking long for y'all to load? Okay, all right, good. You can hear it. So, For those who are just joining, I'm playing this clip because everything I was talking about as far as like, oh, we're gonna, because people are basically shitting on pursuing fighting games or whatever. Like, look, if you're going to pursue fighting games, you know what it is. I mean, it's the same thing. If you're going to go to a poker tournament, you might lose and not make any money. But that's just what it is. That's the grind. I mean, you're supposed to take care of yourself. I don't know why people keep acting like they're about to get a fucking 401k plan and shit. Like they don't go up to basketball players and be like, here, amateur basketball player that goes to fucking the Y to play or is on a high school team. Here's a 401k salary and insurance and blah. Then you don't get that. You have to earn it. Anyway, let me play this clip because it is going to lead directly into what I'm about to talk about next.
Why don't you come back? Because this is the consequence to that when you're older, right? You got to move on. There is a current player right now in Mortal Kombat. I'm not going to name names, not for the person, but for the other.
Dude, y'all know how annoying it is to where I start doing stuff and you be like, oh my God, ads. Well, nigga, guess what? You should be watching on the right platform. That's just, I mean, I can't get any more realer than that. Sorry, dude. Like, sorry, Twitch. I mean, y'all just kind of whack about stuff and there are competitors who are doing better. You gotta step your shit up. But, all right, let me play this again.
Why don't you come back? Because this is the consequence to that when you're older, right? You got to move on. There is a current player right now in Mortal Kombat. I'm not going to name names, not for the person, but for the other person involved, who I am going to protect because I don't want to name who that person is that was homeless, living in shelters, etc. There was a situation between those two. This player in the community is so broke, you have no idea. No money, no retirement, living at home, but is very respected. Why? Bro, how old are you? What the fuck are you doing? And the person, you know what I'm talking about, Mike. And I was like, go to that person, ask for money. I can't, they don't have anything.
All right, so did y'all hear that? Did you listen in its entirety, or do I got to play it again? All right, good. And what's up, Brewmaster? So, you just walked in. Damn. All right, so here's who he was talking about. He was talking about Foxy Grandpa and Eva Marie. And the reason I'm even revealing who it is because it's not fair. And here's why I'm saying it's not fair. I don't know if y'all remember or not. A couple years ago, during MK11, Tom and Eva started dating. And then one day, she was just like, oh, you know, we're together and all that shit, right? And it was just like, damn. So I call up Tom. I was like, yo, what's going on, man? What? Because like it was just random. He never like spoke about it, and he was constantly saying, yeah, this is my best girlfriend ever, and I love my girlfriend, et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, I knew they hadn't met up in person or nothing yet or anything. And then one day, I finally, well, basically, I call up Tom because he said, because all right, Eva basically tweeted and said they was together, right? That was the first thing because they was on a bunch of calls and shit, like doing like those Discord calls, but where everybody can see them. I forget what the fuck, man. Not, it wasn't a stream, but it was like I don't know. They're like I guess private chat Discord calls, but they would post like clips and shit from it. It wasn't like the Mike Hollow stuff. But so I call up Tom, I was like, dude, what's going on, man? And then like right around this time, actually I called him up because she tweeted that she was trans, and I was like, what? So I called him. I was like, dude, like, what's up? What's going on? Because I know him, right? And he's always said certain stuff had been a certain way. So I would just want to see what was going on with him. And he didn't respond to me. He just hung up on the phone. And so I ain't talk. He didn't talk to me for like a week and a half. And I finally got back in touch with him and was texting like, dude, what's going on, man? Like, why are you like, I don't know, acting so distant and all that stuff? Basically, he was not really trying to talk to me. So then, soon after that, Eva posts our text messages on social media, on Twitter, to try to have me canceled. Called me transphobic and all this stuff. Well, if I've known a dude to like, I don't know, say he was this, that, and I've known his other girlfriends and shit, and I'm just trying to see what's up. Like, I've known you since I was 17, but y'all throw me under the bus by like trying to get me canceled or whatever. They had no problem doing that. Nobody was like, oh, I'm trying to protect this person. So I'm like, oh, so now you want to protect them. In this situation, I'm talking about Tom and Eva and Foxy. I just think it's crazy to basically pick and choose who I guess you want to be like, you know, straight with. Because like I don't mean straight like straight or gay or anything. I'm talking about straight as in like straight up, like in terms of okay, you want to be loyal to these people and protect these people, but this person you'll throw them under the bus. But then you'll also claim that this person is your one of your best friends and blah 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 blah, right? But you know that doesn't make sense to me. So to me, I was like, dude, that's not fair. And using that as an example to like not care or support fighting games or whatever it is and shit is kind of fucked up when you don't really tell the full context of shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A game, what game? Yeah, that just didn't sit right with me. How oh, for them it's like yeah, like first off, our conversation should never been on in public. But someone took he took the DMs. Somebody I've known since I was 16, 17. He took no, they weren't DMs, they were text messages to his phone. He took the text message to his phone, sent them to her. She posted them. I don't know, bro. Are you a bot? You haven't responded like a human. Another thing that didn't make sense. All them times. Well, you didn't say what game when I said what game. But yeah, when Tom will be streaming, I will go by his stream, and he'll be complaining about nobody wants to grind with him or whatever, and I'll be like, "Hey, let's play," and he wouldn't play. He would never want to play. He'd be like, "Nobody wants to see this." That's what he would say. So it's just like, man, what? But like, I be just listening to them, sitting there talking shit about like, oh, you shouldn't invest into this or blah blah blah. You say that because it didn't work out for you. And he had all the keys to do stuff. Hosting tournaments, had the network of whoever he needed to like grind with for different games. But then became super fixated on just Mortal Kombat. He used to actually play the top tier in all the games. But then for some reason at 9, he just wanted to stick to Sub-Zero and that and beyond. It's not hard, dude. These games are not hard to learn. Yes, it's a lot of weird shit, but I'm gonna get back on later, y'all. Um, I actually gotta do something real quick. I'll be back in like an hour.